Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another crafty Christmas at dolallycrafts. Today we are going to make a little gift box that can either hang on the Christmas tree or be used as a table setting favour. Inside we've got these little boxes of mixed fruit drops from Aldi. I just thought they'd be a really nice little Christmas present. Okay. The paper size, or should I say, the stamp set we're using today is Candy Cane Season, and it comes bundled with a punch. So if you buy them together, you're saving 10%. You can purchase them separately, but the punch is ideal. Saves a lot of fussy cutting, unless you really enjoy fussy cutting. I don't. So I always make sure if there's a bundle, I get the bundle. Okay, let's get started. I'm using, I can never remember the name of this paper. I think it's All Is Bright, but I'm not sure. Hang on. Oh, I was right. It's All Is Bright. Okay, for this, you need your paper trimmer. So you need to trim the paper to 11 1/8 inches by 5 7/8 of an inch. So I've already done that. If you were using 12 by 12 paper, you'd be able to get 2 of these boxes out of one sheet of paper. However, the All Is Bright only comes in the A4 here in Australia, so it'd be letter size paper over in the States, which is 11 inches. So you wouldn't be able to get even one box out of it from the sounds of it, unless you wanted a really, really tight fit. This does have a little bit of give. Not much though. Okay, let us get started. So along the 11 1/8 inch side, you need to score at 3 1/8 of an inch and 4 inches, then 7 1/8 of an inch and 8 inches. Turn it to the portrait side and you're scoring it at a 1/2 inch and then 1 3/8. Flip the paper round, do it again, 1/2 inch and 1 3/8. And that is all the scoring you need to do for this box. It's really, really easy to do. Sam Hammond Donald was the first one that I saw make this box. So credit for the idea goes to her. She actually came up with the template after she was selling jewellery over in the UK, and one of the jewellery boxes came in a box very similar to this, and that was where she came up with the idea. But I've changed the sizing. I can't even remember what sizing she used, but I changed the sizing so that it would fit specifically these Aldi cans. Okay, I've just creased along all of the fold lines there. Now I'm going to come in with my scissors, and on this small square here I'm going to cut on the inside of each of the score marks. So on this side I was cutting to the left, on this side I'm going to cut to the right of the score, and then do the same over here. So I'm cutting to the left on that one and to the right on that, and then on this one I'm going to cut to the left on that one as well and take out the score mark. You don't need to do it on the others. With this I'm cutting up along the inside of that score and taking the score mark off. I don't know whether you can see that, but I've actually taken the score off there, so it's a nice flat side. Just trim that so that it looks nice and neat, and then take off the small rectangle at the top of these 2 tabs like that, and then fold the tabs back so they're out the way, because you need to cut along the score line there all the way and take that whole piece off. So you're left with that on that side. I'll fast forward as I do this side. Move those all out the way, and there we go. That is the piece we are left with. So I'm just going to trim these little pieces here so they're nice and neat and not hanging over. Okay, so, and all you need to do on these two little 1/2 inch pieces, just trim a wedge off each of those tabs, just so that it will actually go in neatly. So that's what you're left with. So we'll flip it over, because this is the outside, I think. Yes, this is the outside. Now I've actually cut some DSP to go on the outside of the box, and I love this with the globes. So if you didn't have the candy cane bundle, you might have gotten the globe bundle. That would also sit really nicely on this paper. I love these colours together. They're such a bright, happy, Christmassy look to them. Okay, I don't know where my other snail runner is. Okay, so just snail along the 4 sides and just pop that in the middle there with equal distances between the borders. And that one just there. Really nice. And then I just cut 4 pieces, which will go on top and bottom there and just in the middle. That one doesn't need to be covered because it'll be inside the box. Okay, so we'll pop that aside for a moment, and I'm going to bring in my paper, and it's just scraps of Whisper White and my real red or cherry cobbler. That's actually cherry cobbler there, and garden green I think, but I don't have either of those, so I'm using real red and Call Me Clover. Okay, so that's a bit blurred. We'll see if we can do it on this side. There we go, that's better. I think I pressed a bit too hard the first time. So I'll bring this in and we'll slide this into the punch. And because it's a small piece of paper, I've made it hard for myself. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, and bring in our sentiment and another scrap of Whisper White. Actually, that scrap's a bit big. I'm going to bring us a thinner piece in. And that looks nice. So that says, "'Tis the sweet season." Okay, in with my scissors again. And I'm just going to trim either end there, and to me that looks a bit cockeyed on there, so I'm just going to trim that and then trim this side. I hope the lighting's okay for this video. I'm actually filming at night. I've just gotten back from a Father's Day dinner with my older kids and hubby and the baby of the family. I don't know where my paper snips have gone. They'll be hidden on the desk here somewhere. Never mind. So I wanted to get something filmed to go up tomorrow, and this was probably the easiest of the projects I've got lined up. I'm planning on doing a bit more filming during the week, so there will be some extra videos coming out later this week. That seems to get a bit lost there. Let's see, what can we do? Yes. Okay, it's not going to fit on the punch, but never mind. We will put some tape runner on, and then, even though I can't find my paper snips, I'm going to try and do some fussy cutting, which I hate because I'm terrible at it. Okay, let's see if we can get this piece done, and then I don't know whether you can see this, but I end up with a really rough edge using these scissors because they don't have the pointy edge on them to give a nice crisp finish. Okay, that's about as good as it gets. That doesn't look too ghastly. Now, my dimensionals, I'll just bring those in, and we'll put some dimensionals on the back here, like so. And I've had all of my nails trimmed right down and the SNS taken off, and my nails are as thin as the paper, probably thinner than the DSP at the moment, so it's making it very awkward to work. Last week they were too long, and now they're too thin. Okay, so I'm going to have that going across the front there, so I need a half a dimensional on this end about there, and then another 2 dimensionals on this side, spaced out a little bit, and I've put them on cockeyed, but never mind, it's too late now. Take that end, that piece off there, try and squeeze that in a bit. Okay, so there's our sign, or our sentiment. Now I'll just flip this over, bring in the box, pop it there, and as you can see it goes together really nicely. So all I'm going to do is tuck that piece in there, and then that piece in there, and as you can see, even without the ribbon, it holds together really nicely. However, I wanted the ribbon on this, so I'm going to bring in, I might use some of the white ribbon since this is a very white box, and I'm going to actually tie the ribbon around the side. There we go. So that would make a really nice table favour. So that could sit either upright like that, or down on the table, or you can hang it like that one on the Christmas tree. Okay, that's it for today's project. I hope you give it a go. All of the measurements and everything can be found over on my blog, dolallycrafts.com. If you'd like to buy any of the materials that we've used in today's project, you can find them all listed on my blog at doolally.stampinup.net. Yeah, so if you do give this, if you give this a go. Let me know how you went. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so that you don't miss any of my videos. I've waffled on enough for this. I will say goodbye for now. Bye-bye.